Have you ever felt like your memory isn't what it used to be? Do you forget names, where you put your keys, or even what you were about to do just minutes ago? At first, this might seem harmless, but the truth is that memory loss can be the first sign of a more serious problem. And here's a shocking fact: 1 in 5 people over the age of 65 already experience some degree of cognitive impairment, and that number keeps growing over time. But here's what no one tells you. There are specific foods, scientifically proven, that can protect your brain and even improve your memory. And the best part, they're natural, affordable, and can make a huge difference in your life. In today's video, you're going to discover the top 5 foods that help prevent memory loss and boost your brain power. We're not talking about just any food, but true nutritional powerhouses that can nourish your brain, strengthen your neural connections, and even reverse some damage. And stay with me until the end, because the last food on the list might already be in your kitchen, but chances are you're not preparing it the right way to unlock its full benefits. By the way, if you care about your memory and want to keep learning how to age in a healthy way, subscribe to the Clever Aging channel. Not only does it help spread this knowledge to those who need it most, but it also ensures that you receive the best tips to keep your body and mind sharp. Now, let's get right into it. Food 1. Omegas, your first line of defense against memory loss. Your brain is made up of almost 60% fat, and a big portion of that comes from one specific type, omega-3 fatty acids. They are essential for maintaining the integrity of brain cells, forming new neural connections, and reducing inflammation that can lead to cognitive decline. And here's the scary part. Most people consume very little omega-3, while overloading their diet with inflammatory fats from refined vegetable oils and processed foods. This imbalance can speed up brain deterioration. But here's the good news. You can reverse this just by adding the right foods to your diet. The best omega-3 foods for your brain are wild salmon packed with DHA, the most powerful form of omega-3 for memory, sardines and anchovies, small but loaded with this essential nutrient, flax seeds and chia seeds, great plant-based alternatives for those who don't eat fish. Science proves it. Seniors who regularly consume omega-3 South have a lower risk of Alzheimer's and perform better on memory tests. And the best part, within just a few weeks, your focus and concentration can noticeably improve. Now imagine the opposite. If your brain doesn't get enough omega-3 South, it becomes slower, more inflamed, and more vulnerable to irreversible damage. It's like running a car without oil. Sooner or later, the engine fails. How much should you consume? For real benefits, aim for at least 2 servings of fatty fish per week, such as salmon or sardines. That's about 5 to 5 ounces, 100 to 150 grams per serving. If you prefer plant-based sources like chia or flax seeds, the recommended daily intake is 1 tablespoon. If these foods aren't a regular part of your diet, you might want to consider an omega-3 supplement, especially if you have a family history of neurodegenerative diseases. Are there any risks? Omega-3 South are extremely safe, but if you're taking blood thinners or have bleeding disorders, you should be cautious. High doses may increase the risk of bleeding. Also, always choose high-quality sources. Some large fish, like tuna, can contain high levels of mercury, which isn't ideal for brain health. We know it's not always easy to have fresh fish at home, or remember to include seeds in your daily routine. But think about this. Your brain is the control center of everything. It manages your memory, movements, and independence. If it's not healthy, everything else is compromised. Eating well isn't an expense, it's an investment in your future. And if you feel like you've tried everything to improve your memory and nothing has worked, don't worry. The third food on our list might be the missing piece. Food 2. The memory-boosting fruit that protects your brain cells. If there were a natural food that could cleanse your brain, protect it from inflammation, and enhance your memory, wouldn't you want to know what it is? Well, it exists, and making it part of your diet can have a huge impact on your cognitive health. We're talking about walnuts. Walnuts are packed with antioxidants, vitamin E, and polyphenols, nutrients that combat the damage caused by brain cell aging. But what makes walnuts even more special is their high concentration of alpha-linolenic acid ALA, a plant-based omega-3 with proven neuroprotective effects. And this isn't just theory. A study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that people who regularly consume walnuts experience significantly slower cognitive decline. compared to those who don't. And there's more. Other studies show that eating walnuts can improve reaction time, concentration, and even processing speed in the brain. Now, think about the opposite. An unprotected brain, inflamed, sluggish, and struggling with simple daily tasks. Without the right nutrients, neural connections begin to deteriorate faster than they should, and what once seemed like an innocent lapse in memory can turn into something much worse. How much should you eat? To reap the benefits, aim for about 1 ounce 30 grams of walnuts per day, which is roughly a small handful. The best way to consume them is raw and unsalted to preserve their active compounds. However, there's one important detail. Walnuts are high in calories. So if you're watching your weight or following a calorie-restricted diet, be mindful of portion sizes. And of course, people with nut allergies should avoid them completely. We know that building the habit of eating walnuts every day isn't always easy. But here's a trick. Keep a small container of walnuts on your desk or kitchen counter as a quick and healthy snack reminder. Small changes in your routine can make a huge difference over time. And if you're already impressed by the benefits of walnuts, wait until you hear about the next food not only does it boost memory, but it also stimulates the production of a neurotransmitter essential for sharp thinking and mental clarity. Food 3. The brain's golden spice, turmeric. Have you ever noticed that some of the simplest kitchen ingredients carry incredible health benefits? Turmeric, also known as curcumin, is one of them. Used for centuries in Ayurvedic medicine, turmeric is now celebrated by modern science as a powerful brain protector against premature aging. The secret behind turmeric is a compound called curcumina, potent, natural anti-inflammatory that directly affects the brain regions linked to memory and learning. It helps reduce chronic inflammation, one of the main causes of cognitive decline, and even stimulates the production of BDNF, a type of brain fertilizer that keeps neurons young and active. A study published in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that older adults who took curcumin daily showed significant improvements in memory and attention in just 18 months. It's as if turmeric gives your brain a boost, helping it regain clarity and focus. In addition, it has powerful antioxidant properties, fights free radicals, and may even help prevent diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and depression. To reap these benefits, the recommended intake is 1 to 3 grams of turmeric per day. But here's something important. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, is poorly absorbed on its own. That's why you should always consume it with a pinch of black pepper and a healthy fat source such as olive oil. This combination boosts absorption by up to 2,000%. Turmeric can be added to teas, soups, rice, cooked vegetables, or even used as a seasoning for meats. It's easy, accessible, and, when paired well, has a mild and pleasant flavor. Some people may experience gastrointestinal sensitivity with high doses or have gallstone issues, so it's always best to start with small amounts and see how your body reacts. And, of course, check with your doctor if you have any specific health conditions. We know life gets busy, and sometimes you barely remember what you had for lunch. But adding turmeric to your diet can be a simple habit with profound effects. Health doesn't wait, and prevention is always more effective and cheaper than treatment. Speaking of prevention, let me tell you something. We recently found a homemade medicinal salmon recipe that combines turmeric with other natural ingredients to help protect your brain. It's pinned in the comments, so be sure to check it out. And now, get ready, because the fourth food may seem ordinary, but it has an almost miraculous effect when it comes to keeping your memory sharp as the years go by. Food 4. The food for quick thinking, EGGS. If there's one food surrounded by myths and misinformation, it's eggs. For decades, they were blamed for raising cholesterol, but modern science has debunked that idea. And here's something few people know. Not only do eggs not increase the risk of heart disease in most people, but they also help protect the brain from premature aging. The secret lies in a little-known essential nutrient, choline. Choline is the building block for acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter crucial for memory, learning, and fast thinking. The more acetylcholine your brain has, the more efficiently your neurons communicate. Now, imagine a brain with low acetylcholine levels. What happens? Information doesn't flow properly, memory lapses become more frequent, and even simple tasks like remembering where you left your keys or what you were about to say become a challenge. It's no coincidence that low choline levels are linked to an increased risk of dementia and Alzheimer's. But the benefits of eggs don't stop there. They're also one of the best sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful antioxidants that combat oxidative stress. What is oxidative stress, and why is it dangerous for your brain? Think about this. If you cut an apple and leave it exposed to the air, it starts to turn brown, right? That happens because of oxidation, a natural process caused by free radicals. Now, imagine that same effect happening inside your body. Instead of an apple turning brown, it's your brain cells being damaged day after day. Oxidative stress is exactly that, an imbalance between free radical production and the body's ability to neutralize them. Over time, this overload of oxidation speeds up brain aging, increases inflammation, and makes neurons more vulnerable to neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. And this is where eggs come into play. The lutein and zeaxanthin found in the yolk act as a protective shield, neutralizing free radicals and safeguarding brain cells from accelerated aging. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition analyzed the relationship between egg consumption and brain health in older adults. It found that those who ate eggs regularly had better cognitive performance and fewer signs of memory impairment compared to those who avoided them. This is because the antioxidants in egg yolks help preserve the integrity of brain cell membranes, keeping neurons healthier and more active. But what about cholesterol? Is it really a problem? Here's a fact most people don't know. The cholesterol you eat is not the same as the cholesterol circulating in your blood. Researchers from Harvard University reviewed multiple studies on egg consumption and found no link between eating eggs and an increased risk of heart disease in healthy individuals. On the contrary, eggs can actually help raise HDL, the good cholesterol that protects both the heart and brain. Another study, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, followed over 177,000 people for 30 years and concluded that moderate egg consumption does not increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, not even in older adults. What truly impacts blood cholesterol levels isn't dietary cholesterol, but rather an excess of refined carbohydrates, sugars, and trans fats, which raise oxidized LDL, the real culprit behind artery damage. So, if you're still avoiding eggs because of cholesterol concerns, you're missing out on one of the best foods for keeping your brain young and sharp. But what's the ideal amount? To reap the benefits, the recommended intake is 1 to 3 eggs per day, preferably boiled, scrambled, or in omelets without frying them in unhealthy oils. The only exception is for those with egg allergies or severe liver conditions who should consult a doctor before increasing their intake. We know that changing habits can be challenging, but here's a great incentive. Eating eggs regularly is one of the simplest and most affordable ways to boost memory, improve focus, and maintain quick thinking as you age. Now, if you think eggs are impressive, wait until you discover the 5th food. It has such a powerful impact on the brain that some studies suggest it may help slow the effects of Alzheimer's and improve mental clarity within days. Food 5. Green tea and mental clarity, an ancient secret backed by science. It may come as a surprise. But yes, a simple cup of green tea a day can have profound effects on your brain, especially if you're over 50 and feel like your mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. Green tea is packed with 2 key compounds that directly support brain health: polyphenols, especially epigalloctechin, galite, or EGCG, and an amino acid called L-. Let's break it down. EGCG is a powerful antioxidant that directly combats oxidative stress in the brain, the major enemy of mental aging. Remember the concept: when too many free radicals accumulate, neurons get damaged, connections weaken, and memory starts to fade. EGCG acts as a natural detoxifier, helping the brain function more efficiently and cleanly. L-theanine, on the other hand, is green tea's most fascinating feature. It crosses the blood-brain barrier and increases the production of alpha waves in the brain, the same waves associated with relaxation, focus, and mental clarity. It creates a state of calm alertness, where you feel relaxed yet fully awake and attentive. And the best part, this happens without sedation, without energy crashes, and without the side effects of medication. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that L-theanine, when combined with low doses of caffeine, like those in green tea, significantly improves working memory, reaction time, and sustained attention, 3 key cognitive functions that tend to decline with age. Now, let's talk practical steps. How many cups per day? The ideal dose is 2 to 3 cups of green tea daily, brewed with hot but not boiling water, and preferably consumed between meals to avoid interfering with iron absorption. But a quick heads up, green tea contains caffeine, though in smaller amounts than coffee. If you're sensitive to caffeine or have high blood pressure, start with just 1 cup a day and see how your body responds. It's best to drink it in the morning or early afternoon to avoid disrupting sleep. Pro tip: avoid artificial sweeteners or too much sugar. If you want to enhance the flavor, add a squeeze of lemon. Not only does it taste great, but it also boosts the tea's antioxidants. Now, think about this. How many people complain about poor memory, mental fatigue, and trouble focusing, yet have never even heard of L-theanine or EGCG? This is golden knowledge hiding in plain sight. And yes, we know life is busy, and sometimes there's no time to sit down and enjoy a cup of tea, but when it comes to protecting your brain and maintaining your independence, it's worth prioritizing what truly matters. Remember, a sharp mind means more freedom, more energy for life, and less fear of the future. Oh, and since you've made it this far, don't forget to check out the medicinal salmon recipe I left in the comments. It's quick, simple, and might just be the brain-boosting change you've been waiting for. Now that you know these 5 powerful foods to protect your memory and keep your mind sharp, I want to hear from you. Which one do you think will be easiest to add to your routine, and which seems like the biggest challenge? And if this video helped you, subscribe to the channel right now. The more people who learn about this, the more lives we can transform.